Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm out here in Cali doing a little traveling this week, so I haven't been as regular with the videos, but bringing this to you from LA. Yeah, so, folks, investors are about to be presented with a lesson on monopoly pricing power. And I'm talking about central banks and their ability to set interest rates. And today, oh boy, the inflationists were crying. They were whining like you cannot believe because Powell at the Fed said he was going to keep interest rates down. He's looking at commodity prices. He's looking at so-called inflation. And basically, he's been saying what I've been saying, the fact that this is a one-off thing. It's related to the pandemic and supply constraints, and that stuff's going to go away. And the inflationistas would not have it. Now, let me tell you something, folks. Here's the lesson. Some of you might take this to heart. I would strongly recommend that you do take this lesson to heart. If the monopolist, which is the central bank, says it's not going to raise interest rates, and actually we see this same pattern all over the world. We see it in Europe with the ECB. We see it in Japan with the Bank of Japan, like they've been doing it for a long time. When the monopolist says it's not going to raise prices via the interest rate channel, interest rates are not going to go up. And vice versa. If the monopolist right now said, hey, we're going to start raising interest rates, I'd be the first one here on this video to tell you to start shorting treasuries. So all these short treasury people, they're going to either learn a lesson the easy way, in other words, take the Fed's word for it, or they're going to learn it the hard way, meaning they're going to get squeezed in those short treasury positions. So it was a great day. Powell sticking to his guns, and he's going to be proven right. I'm telling you this right now, and I'll give you one example. Bank of Japan's been doing this for almost 10 years, and they're still sitting there scratching their head, wondering why they cannot generate any inflation. Well, guess what? You have negative interest rates. That is really, really low price setting. You're not going to have inflation. All this supply issue stuff that we're talking about, it's going to go away. It's going to abate, and we're going to get some normalization. And again, I'll say this. Economic growth does not equate to inflation. When you have economic growth, you have abundance, okay? Inflation is when either something is broken in the system, which is what we had with the pandemic, and inflation, really, the definition is a constant increase in prices, not a year-over-year increase because of supply constraints. Or inflation is when some power, some entity has the ability to raise prices without limit, and that is the monopolist. In this case, the monopolist, we're talking about the central bank, the Fed. Anyway, the market had none of this today. We got to sell off. The zombies were selling it off because they got upset. They were crying. They're like, they want to show the Fed, oh yeah, you think there's no inflation? We're going to sell the market off. Well, guess what, folks? That's a great buying opportunity, the sell-off we had today. And oh yeah, one more thing. The dollar was lower. I've been saying this. You get record fiscal deficits and record trade deficits. The dollar's just going to continue to meander down. You got to sell the rallies. Anyway, I'm out here in LA for the next 2 days, and then I'll be back in New York coming to you from my regular location. But you've been given a lesson today, and it's up to you whether you want to heed that lesson or not. So have a good one, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.